back, everybody. Welcome back, even although you didn't go anywhere and we didn't go anywhere, and it was just commercials. Allow me the television tradition of saying, welcome back. My next guest was last season's IndyCar champion. He's now racing on the NASCAR circuit. Take a look at this. Please welcome Dario Franchitti, everybody. Dario Franchitti. Now, welcome, Dario. Very nice to see you again. Very nice to see you again. A lot of people think you're Italian, but of course you are...
Scottish.
Scottish, exactly right. And the last time you were here, for the next question... The last time you were here, I said, you won the Indy 500, and I said, are you going to go into NASCAR? And you went, no, I don't think so. And then the next season, you're in NASCAR. You lied to me. Awesome!
I think it was the next week, actually.
It was the next week. Yeah, how's it working out then? How are you getting on with the old NASCAR? Are you winning?
Well, not yet.
What position?
Well, we had 33rd in the Daytona 500 last week.
33rd?
Not very good.
Okay, so that's coming along.
Yeah, but I've got another 37 goes at it this year to win.
Well, you get there. It must take a bit of getting used to, right?
It takes a lot of getting used to.
What's the difference between an IndyCar and a NASCAR then?
Well, the IndyCar is pretty much stuck to the ground. It weighs 1,600 pounds, 5,000 pounds of downforce pushing it down. The stock car weighs 3,500 pounds. Almost forgot there.
Right.
And it's got no downforce, and so the whole time you're just sliding around on the limit all the time, and just getting used to how sideways you drive the car is very, very difficult.
Really? You drive the car sideways?
Sometimes, and sometimes you drive it a little bit too sideways and you crash.
Yes, you would end up 33rd if you did something like that.
43rd.
43rd?
I didn't even crash last week.
Really? Now, because you had a couple of bad crashes when you were doing the Indy stuff. Have you had any crashes yet in the NASCAR?
We've torn up a couple of cars. Notice I say we. Yeah, I've torn up a couple of cars.
Why do you say we? Is that because you think they'll make you pay for it if you just say me?
I'm trying to spread the blame a little bit, but it really is actually my fault.
Well, it probably is, isn't it, if you're driving the car? Do you know, it's something interesting you brought up, because I had said earlier on, scuba diving was the only sport you could do and pee at the same time, but of course...
Well, it has been known that certain drivers, not me of course,
right,
you know, in a 4-hour race have had to go to the bathroom having hydrated too much.
Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah. You can't, I mean, I can't. I couldn't go 4 hours. You could not go 4 hours.
I did it last week.
Really?
Yeah.
You did not. You pee-peed your pants.
I have done. I did it last week.
Do you wear special racing driver underpants? That it'll be like the astronaut thing, right?
No, one guy wears those.
Oh yeah.
But the rest of the guys.
Would you like to name that guy on national television?
No.
No, all right.
He's bigger than I am.
Yeah. Now, the last time I was talking to you as well, you were talking about being a helicopter pilot. Yes. Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Because I've now got into flying airplanes.
That's what I hear. I hear you got your license.
Well, I haven't got my license. I've soloed, but they haven't actually said, you have your license.
It's scary, isn't it, the first solo?
The first solo is I was a bit frightened. It was like the first time I had sex, also on my own. Yeah. Although you get used to it, after a time. Yeah, no, it is. Do you remember? Have you soloed in the helicopter?
Yeah, well, I've been flying. I got my license 6 years ago, so I've been doing it for quite a while. The first solo, though, I remember looking over for the instructor because the Goodyear blimp was in the pattern the same time as I was.
Oh my Lord!
And I kept looking over. What? Oh, he's not there. And it was like, got to figure this out for myself.
Well, was it soloing in a helicopter?
Yeah.
Because that thing would go right through a blimp. It would just it'd suck it right up.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the slower airplane has right away, right?
The less manoeuvrable.
Less manoeuvrable aircraft. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. That's what I meant. Have you got? Did you buy a plane? Did you buy a helicopter?
Yeah, I've had a helicopter since actually before I passed my test. I did that. I think, I'll go buy one. And
what kind of helicopters do you have?
Eurocopter.
Oh yeah, one of those. I have no idea what that is.
It's nice. It's good.
Yeah.
To prove how fast and powerful it was, they landed one on Everest a couple of years ago.
You can't do that.
Yeah, so it's complete overkill for me taking it back and forward to the shops and all that other stuff.
Like you live in Nashville, you're like, I'm going down IHOP, honey.
2 years ago, we did go and get Thanksgiving pie in it.
Really?
Yeah, my niece and nephew and I jumped in it and took off and went and met the guy for the pies.
What kind of pie shop has a helipad?
He actually delivered it to the
He
airport.
delivered it to the helicopter?
Yeah, it was very good.
A short man, then, obviously.
He was ducking.
It was a tiny little bakery man. It was a Tom Cruise made you a pie, didn't he? Tom Cruise made you a pie. What about an airplane? Are you interested in airplanes at all?
Yeah, I just bought a plane.
You bought a plane?
Yeah.
Man, there's money in that game you're in, isn't there?
There was.
Yeah. What did you buy?
I bought a Learjet.
A Learjet?
Yeah. Well,
shut up.
You have to. With the schedule we've got, I think 90% of the drivers have got planes, just because otherwise you have no life away from the track. So,
right.
Being Scottish until recently.
I actually have noticed I'm still Scottish. It's strange. I thought when I took the oath of allegiance... Have you become a citizen, by the way?
No, not yet.
Oh, right, okay.
Not yet. But
no, you just use our country, buy our planes, but... fly your helicopter to our pie shops, have our movie stars make your pie, but you won't do that. Oh, well, fine.
Where was I?
I don't know. You were worried because you said I was Scottish.
Yeah, so you know what it's like. I've always wanted to own a plane, but I never wanted to pay for a plane.
No, well, of course,
I needed one, so that was
you bought yourself a Learjet.
So you now know what I've done with the prize money from the Indy 500.
Yeah, there goes the Indy. You better start moving up from 33rd. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, Dario Franchitti, everybody. We'll be right back to Ziggy Marley.